Hey everybody, Crystal Callahan here. I'm on the island of Mayreau with Crisis Response International. I'm sure you're familiar with Hurricane Beryl blowing through here, the devastation that it caused in these Grenadine Islands. Man, it's incredible the resiliency of the people here, just having gone through something so devastating and still just trying to be there for each other and band together. One of the things I think is so difficult, in an individual life, kind of tragic situation, you have your community to pull from. When you're in a situation like this, where there's 360 people, they're all very close and intertwined, they all know each other, and they're all affected. And so they're trying their best to pull from one another, but the challenge is that they're all kind of in the same position. Of course, the basic resources here, that just keep being depleted is water. We have gotten some rain, praise the Lord. There is a breeze blowing here, which is great because that just helps with some of the heat. But the water supply that comes from the rain is not drinkable. There's not really resources to boil it, get it prepared, that way. And so the need for water is great. Talked with just a precious family earlier who Bernadine was talking about, her and her family all their homes were destroyed and they're staying in a shelter and kind of a shelter they've made. Their own shelter with their family. And I was just asking, we talked, shared her story, prayed with her a little bit, asking, what are some things that would be useful for you? It's amazing, just the basic things that people are needing. First and foremost is water. They're just rationing drinking water, understandably, because the supply is so limited. So that's my word, that is the main thing needed here that is so important to have. Another thing is they were saying bug spray, toilet paper, solar lights. Solar lights are super helpful. It's dark here at 6 o'clock at night, so it's basically 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. And there's just so much more work to be done than can be done in those 12 hours as far as people trying to even just get some sense of normalcy, readjust to how to prepare meals and then clean them when you don't have your normal environment. If you can just imagine that, you don't have your kitchen, you don't have your normal home, you don't have a roof over your head, you're trying to just look out for each other. So basic things are very difficult at that point. So those are kind of the needs here, and just kind of the team's been here working away. Today there was a truckload of donations that came in, which is amazing, that we're going to be helping unload. Some of the other things we've been doing is we mainly are helping unload, sort, disperse, is really the vibrant thing, that's needed. It's the most available, it's the most required thing that people have, is just getting things from here to there. Like I said, all the resources, you just don't always think about what all is impacted in these situations. It's you don't have power, and they still do not have power. Running water, there's none of that. So everything's being carted. You have to go get it. Everything you need to go get it. And in the heat and whatnot. And, you don't have your stove for cooking. And you don't have fuel for vehicles. It's just such a instant culture shift. It's such a challenging thing to navigate. But the people are hopeful and helpful and really appreciative of the resources coming outside of them to this place to nourish the land. They love that we're here praying. They just love to be, heard, get to share their stories and just to be prayed for and, praying over the island. But man, it's just, seriously, there's months of just months before things come back on grid and get functionable. They're here working hard, but a lot of the things here, they get later down the road, they figure out it's something that are going to do first. And so it's one of the things that I loved. I was real intentional to just seek the Lord to go to the places where maybe other people aren't as mindful of because they seem smaller, so the impact doesn't seem as big. But boy, for the 350 or so people who live here, it's huge. It's a huge impact on their life. So appreciate your prayers, appreciate your encouragements, your supports, and like they say, it's give, go, or pray.